Welcome back. I'm wearing shorts. Okay? Shorts. But it's cold, so I'm wearing my dressing gown that I made. Alright, so Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you so very much. So, we're here to do what she wants to find out from him. Yesterday we did what he wants to find out from her. Okay, psychological love reading. So let's find out what she's interested to know. Okay. All right, let's find out. Okay, so that's one from that deck. I feel like there's one in this little deck as well. Okay. So the first question we have is define being submissive in your own words. Yeah. She's like, what does it mean to you for a woman to be submissive? What do you think about that concept? You know, they've been promoting a lot lately of women being submissive to their men. Okay, we got, if you found out that I am incapable of having children, would you still date or marry me? So she want to know, like, do you want more children? He was asking the same thing yesterday. He had those concerns too. And then we have, if you found out that I am not a biological man, would you date or marry me? What? So this is her questions to him. Well, we're gonna have to definitely let the Most High take the lead on that part. It'll make sense in a minute. Okay, at the bottom of the first deck, we have, do you have any stalkers? So define being submissive in your own words. The underlying issue is, do you have any stalkers? What's a stalker? A stalker is somebody who minds your business kind of incessantly. They want to know what you're doing, where you're going, who you're with. They want to know everything all the time if they can. And then we have, do you find yourself afraid to take accountability for your actions sometimes? So stalkers would be like, are there any more girls that be like on your trail? Do you have any lingering baby mamas and lingering ex-girlfriends and any attachments? Do you have overbearing parents? Do you have overbearing siblings, overbearing friends who would interfere with your relationship with her? These are the questions that you want to know. And then this one said, do you find yourself afraid to take accountability for your actions sometimes? So in relation to the first question about, do you have any stalkers, it's like, are you giving the people this power? What role do you play in anybody who is overstepping your boundaries when it comes to being in your business? What role did you play in that? Are you encouraging that type of behavior in any way, knowingly or unknowingly? So it's like, who from your social circle or your family circle, your work circle or whatever, do I have to be worried about coming into our relationship, giving you advice that's going to drive us apart? Yeah. Do you have a best friend? Yeah. So who has that type of influence over you? Does anybody have that type of influence over you that is going to influence your thinking and influence how you deal with her and stuff like that? Because she's like, define submissive in your own words. It's like, as your wife or your girlfriend or the person that you're in a serious committed relationship with, what do you expect of me as far as the depth of my submissiveness towards you? So let's see what his answer is for that. What's his answer for this, please, Most High? I'm being drawn to this deck to answer that question. Okay. So he's answering a question with another question or something. So this is the man's response to the woman's questions, okay? Okay, so let's see his response. Okay, so we got, what do you think about one night stands? This is his response. Define being submissive in your own words. We'll get some proper understanding soon. And have you ever experienced a broken heart before? What were your symptoms? And then we got at the bottom of the deck, what's your sexual body count? Interesting response. Are you aware of the standard marriage vows? What do you think about them? Answer in one word or elaborate. Would you prefer the standard marriage vows or establishing your own contract if you marry? And then we got describe me. Okay. And then we got, do you want children? I'm getting childishness with this. Then we have, if you were a man or a woman and you met a man or a woman like yourself, would you date you or like yourself? Okay, so let's translate all of this. Would you prefer honesty even if it will hurt your feelings, or lie to you? I think all this is valid for the answer that's coming up. And then what do you think about divorce? Do you think divorce is taboo? Okay, so she wants to know how he defines the word submissive. What is his view on how a relationship should go as it pertains to the woman's dedication to the man? Okay, so his response is, what do you think about one night stands? Define submissive. What do you think about one night stands? So what I'm getting from this is he's the type of man who, although he's married, he wants to be able to go out from time to time and have sexual escapades with random women. And I'm getting it's in an effort to not build emotional bonds. So he's aware of the problem of committing to another. So instead of having like a side chick or something like that, he decides to have sexual experiences with women that he has not built any form of connection with except for a physical attraction. Okay, so his idea of being submissive, one part of it is you being okay with him, quote unquote, being a man, because this is what men do. Men weren't made to have one woman. Then we have the next answer here. It says, have you ever experienced a broken heart before? And what were your symptoms? That's another response to define being submissive in your own words. Have you ever experienced a broken heart before? And what were your symptoms? So what I'm getting from this is backup. The one night stands is like he's He's afraid to have his heart broken. So he's trying to keep the door open to him being able to explore other options. And he wants to know if you'd be cool with that. He wants you, but he's afraid of committing fully to you. So, in order for him not to have his heart broken, he keeps his options open so that if things start to get hard between you two, he has other options. So he would like you to be submissive to him being able to explore other options without committing to any of them. He's committed to you, but he's keeping a list of alternative women that he could spend his time with. So in his one night stand escapades, he will be looking to see if there are any of the women that he meshed well with. So they will always be in some type of a book or in his memory, or there will always be some type of record of their number and whatnot. So just in case he need to draw for them again, he can contact them. So he's not really fully committed to you. So his idea of submissive is you being okay with him having other women. Because he's afraid to have his heart broken, he's afraid to be alone. So you need to have backup. And while he's with you, he needs to be able to continue his search for said backup, should it ever become necessary. Although while you are together and all is perfect, he will be going out and having sex with other random women. So he'll be doing it anyway. And he wants his woman to be cool with that. And I'd say to that, to each their own. Some women will be cool with that. I wonder if he'd be cool with you going out on dates, building superficial relationships, but just like surface relationships with other men, just in case you have to draw for one of these other men. I wonder if he'll be cool with that. Is that what your relationship is gonna look like? And is that what you want it to look like? So that's how he sees you being submissive. Okay, moving on. So yeah, so that's why the underlying issue was, what's your sexual body count? And are you aware of the standard marriage vows? What do you think about them? Would you prefer the standard marriage vows or establishing your own contract if you marry? So he's into establishing his own, because the standard marriage vows say forsaking all others. Being together for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. He doesn't believe in that. How much of it does he not believe in? I don't know, because is he the type of man to leave you when you're sick? Does being submissive mean that you must be cool with him leaving you when you're sick, hiring some help to take care of you, rather than being there for you? So yeah, then we got describe me. Do you want children? If you are a man or woman and you met a man or woman like yourself, would you date you? So now he's turning the question back on you. like describe yourself. And then we got want children. And I was getting childishness with that. So I guess he sees fidelity and monogamy as childishness, unrealistic aspirations. He sees it as that. So he's saying if you were a man and you met a man, if you were a man and you met a woman like yourself, would you date you? Would you like you? So based on your principles, would if you were a man and you met a woman like you, would you be happy with you? Would you be happy to be with you? Then we got, would you prefer honesty even if it will hurt your feelings, or lie to you? And then we got, what do you think about divorce? Do you think divorce is taboo? So are you one of them people who think that once you're married, divorce is something that is an abomination? Or are you okay with getting divorced from somebody that you are not you have irreconcilable differences? You're too different. You're not happy. You're too different, and there's no effort to heal the relationship. So what's the point in staying together? So the next that was coming in line, we have, do you think you are fully healed from your past bad relationships? But that's just talking about healing. What do you think about divorce? And it went into healing, because I just mentioned about healing as well. So it's like, would you stay with somebody even though you're not getting along, even if divorce is the better thing to do from a practical perspective, or are you led by religious perspectives? Because some religions see divorce as taboo, they see it as an abomination unto God. So it's like, once we marry, if you're not happy with me and who I am, are we gonna force the issue and stay together, or are we gonna go our separate ways? Or if he's not happy with who you are, is it gonna be a problem for you guys to get out of the marriage contract, or are you going to be cool with going your separate ways? That's deep. Like I said, it's a psychological love reading. Okay. So, okay, the next question we have, if you found out that I am incapable of having children, you're asking him, if you found out that I'm incapable of having children, would you still date or marry me? And also, if you found out that I am not a, we're gonna tackle these one at a time, because this next one is crazy. If you found out that I am not a biological man, would you date or marry me? Because you are a woman, so is this man gay? Do you believe this man to be gay? Is this the type of man that likes transsexuals? He likes men who dress as women? Because why else would you ask a question like that? Does he think you are a biological man, but you've had a baby? You're a woman. You've had at least one child that we heard about in the first part of the reading. So you're definitely a woman. So have you allowed this man to believe that you are a man? Or is this just talking about masculine energy? If you found out that I am not a masculine person, like, so feminine energy, those are the type of women that they don't really have jobs, They go and shop, and they might look after the house and the children, but they don't really have careers. They don't really have goals outside of family and things like that. That's the way that they describe femininity, okay? You don't raise your voice. You say yes to everything. You allow him to take charge of everything that happens in the family unit. So basically, you're a second class citizen, okay? You don't have power over your own self. But if you're in your masculine energy, you are the type of woman who you have your opinions and you're not afraid to speak them. If you don't agree with something, you're quite capable of expressing yourself. You're quite capable of expressing your truth, your understanding, your worries, your fears. Okay, even if it's uncomfortable, you're quite capable of having these uncomfortable conversations. If something was to happen to him, you're the type of woman who can go out and provide for the family financially. You are the type of woman that can handle things that they claim is a man's duty. You know what I'm saying? So you could kind of fix things around the house. You are capable of defending yourself if you got into a fight or into an argument, whether it's legal or something physical, like on the street, shit like that. You're capable of protecting yourself if like you got a home invasion, um somebody coming to violate your virtue, shit like that. You can take care of yourself. So now the question is, if you found out that I'm not a person in my masculine energy, would you still date me? So I'm guessing you're the type of woman who want to be in your feminine energy. You want to be cared for and protected. You want that quote unquote easy life where if you don't want to go out and work, you don't really have to. I mean, you're quite capable of handling your business, as we learned from part one, but it's like, if I choose not to, would that be cool with you? So that means you're considering not not working. You don't mind being a stay-at-home mom and things like that, taking care of the house. You don't mind allowing him to make the decisions. You guys just might get along. I don't know. It looks kind of hopeful to me. So anyway, let's hear what his response is. So if you found out that I am incapable of having children, would you still date or marry me? So it's like you don't really want to have children, you don't really have the capability, or maybe you've already done that surgery where you stop yourself from being able to have children. And it's like you just want to live a life now with your husband. You want to be rich, you want to be cared for, you want to live a carefree life. That's what I'm getting from this. It's to each their own. Shit. I'm not, it's not me in the relationship. That's how you want to be, and he's cool with it. Success, we found the match. Okay, so if you found out that I'm incapable of having children, would you still date or marry me? That's the question. So what is his response to this, Most High? Back to this deck again. All right. Let's put this card back in. Okay, so let's see his response. If you found out that I'm incapable of having children, would you still date or marry me? So we got, which person do you think should be the head in a relationship or marriage? That's his response. Interesting. Wow. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. So you got, do you pretend with me at any time? And, what percentage of the real you am I getting? So you've led him to believe that you're capable of having children. He's a dominating man. This man in question, he is, like the card said yesterday, he's a Biggs type. So he basically is used to calling the shots. Okay? I can tell you that much about him. He's used to calling the shots. So that's why he's asking, which person do you think should be the head in a relationship or marriage? Okay? And then the underlying is, you said, do you pretend with me at any time? So did you pretend about being able to have children? Let's read on. You got, would you let me know if you feel like it's best to end our relationship or not? See? So it's like you gave him the impression that you can have children. And if you know that he wants children and you can't give him children, then his vibe is like, please don't waste my time. Let's see what else. So we got monogamy or polygamy. What's your preference? Exactly. So he's like, if you can't give me children, then I'm gonna have to find somebody else who's willing to give me children. And if you want to stay, then you're welcome to stay in the relationship with me. But I'm gonna have children with somebody else. Then we got, name one of your self-sabotaging traits in a relationship. In relationship. Only one. So in this case, your self-sabotaging trait might be that you've led him to believe, whether intentionally or unintentionally, that you either can have children or you want more children or something like that. But children been coming up with his reading yesterday and it's coming up on yours today. And we got, are you aware of the standard marriage vows? What do you think about them? So he's willing to go outside of what is standard in society. Okay, so he's like, if you can't give me children, then I would still marry you, but that means I'm gonna have children with somebody else, and you got to be cool with that. And I don't really care what society think about that. Okay, we're doing our own thing. So he's a very dominating man. He's not afraid to stand up for what he wants and what he believes in, which is very refreshing, because by him being very upfront and honest about how he think and how he feel and what he's into, it then give you all the information that you need so that you can decide, can I work with this? Do I want to try to work with this? At least he's not uh hiding the fact that this is who he is and this is what he would do in a circumstance like that. Yeah, because we got, do you want children coming again? And if I did something that hurt your feelings, would you tell me? So he's telling you straight, I'm gonna get a woman who can have children. If you can, you'll be my wife. Yeah. What does marriage mean to you? Yeah, you're gonna be my wife, but if you can't have my children, I'm gonna have to get a woman who can. So that's his answer to that. And now the last one, if you found out that I am not a masculine type of woman, would you date me? Like, if I'm a dainty. Let's see the underlying issue in this deck. What's the question next? It had, if you and I become a couple, would you still miss so and so? Whoever from your past. Is there anybody from your past that you would miss? That's the underlying issue. Let's see how that relates to this. If you found out that I am not a manly kind of woman or a go-getter kind of woman, would you date or marry me? And the underlying issue is, if you and I became a couple, would you still miss so and so? So it's like, what type of woman do you like? Do you like the feminine type of woman that's, she goes shopping and she cleans the house and she gets her nails done and she gives you sex when you want it and whatever else women like that do? Let's see what's next. If I lose all of my teeth, would you still love me? So basically, if she lost her beauty or her natural teeth, like, would that be an issue for you? I wrote that because of my own situation, but people be losing their teeth. And people be thinking, oh, look at your mouth, it's so disgusting. Yeah, shit happens, you know. And we got, if I couldn't afford to purchase brand name goods and clothes, would you still date or marry me? So if she lost her beauty in some way, if she didn't have money like that to uh, buy the finer things in life, would you still value her? Yeah, we got, do you like quickies? So she's like, I'll give it to you however you want. If you want to just slap something, you can come and slap and go. And then we got, if I lost my job, what would you do? And then she's talking about sex again. Like, how does money affect the way that you see me? If I don't have money, do, do you still see yourself being able to love me? The next one we got is, would you have tantric sex with me? So she's into quickies and she's into taking her time and making good love to you. However you want it, she's willing to give it to you. But she's like, if life takes a negative turn, like, would you still love me the same? Would you still want to be with me? Would you still value me? If I ain't got no money, if something happened to my beauty, you know, are you gonna still choose me, or would you like wish that you was still with whoever from your past, or maybe one of the one night stands? Yeah. Do you wish me well? Like, do you really value me? Do you love me? Yeah, so she's like, would you love me in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer? We already know you're not gonna forsake all others. So yeah, so let's find out your response to this part of her concerns. Okay, so where's the answer for that now? Again. All right, let's see. So if you found out that I'm not a kind of go-getter kind of woman and I want to be pampered, and be a housewife, would you still love me the same? Would you still want me the same? Okay, let's see his response to that one. So that one kind of was kind of hard to come out. Let's see what it is. I can't wait. Have you ever strongly believed something and eventually had to change your view about it? Okay, that's a good sign. So basically, what he's saying with that is he'd prefer you to be the type of go-getter type. He prefer his woman to be a woman who works. He prefer his woman to be a woman who has her own goals and basically her own life. But he's willing to be flexible about it. He's like, if you just want to stay in the house, I mean, I got the monies, I can take care of you. If that's what you want to do, then I'm quite happy to do that. If feels like this man really love you, he really loves you, but he wants the freedom to go out. He's a polygamist, let's put it like that. Not exactly a polygamist, but he wants the freedom to have sexual relations with others, and he want you to be cool without it. Don't give him no grief about it. Okay, but he overall he wants you. He love you and he wants you. And if he's willing to change his mind or change his values, some of his values, to make sure that he prepare a place for you in his life, then he's willing to do that. That shows that he's trying his best to accommodate you. He wants you in his life. Okay, so the underlying issue we got this: describe yourself. Okay, so he's like, whatever you want. If you're the type of woman who want to chill out around the house and you don't really want to work, I'll accommodate you. I'll be cool with that for you. It's not my first option, but I love you that much that I'd be willing to accept that that's what you want. You're my wife and I love you. We got name one activity you'd like us to include. So that's about you doing stuff, you know? And what do you do for self-care? Like, so he's a smart man. He's a smart man. He's mature. I like it. So basically, he's saying, what are you gonna do chilling at the house? I mean, I'm willing to accommodate you being around the house all day. I'm willing to accommodate giving you an allowance, taking care, providing for your lifestyle that you choose and stuff like that. But what are you gonna do with yourself if you don't decide to have a career or whatever? Find something to do with your. There's a lot of hours in the day. He's the type of man who will be like, there's a lot of hours in the day and you're gonna get bored. What exactly are you trying? What are you going to decide to do with yourself if you're not working, if you don't have a career? But yesterday it was revealed that you're a boss lady. So you are not the type to be just sitting around the house and doing nothing. You actually have a career. You actually are building your own empire. We already found out that about you yesterday. So he don't really have to worry about that. But it's like you're checking to see, like, do I have the option of like not working? He's like, yeah, but I think it's gonna be a bad idea because you're gonna be very bored. Okay, you're gonna be very bored, and I hope you don't make me miserable because you're bored. Because then you're gonna want more of my time, and I have to go to work. And then after I work, I got friends. I want to spend some time by myself. So it's like, I know when I finish work, you expect me to be with you, which there's nothing wrong with that, but that won't be the case every day. Okay, my every free moment will not be spent with you because life is hard, and it's good to go out and it's healthy to go out and enjoy life. So you need to have your own friends, you need to have your own hobbies, and it would be nice if you have your own career so you got something to focus on to fill your day. Okay. That's basically what he's saying. And we got, do you have any stalkers? And do you have any thoughts or experiences that haunt you? A capital haunt or a common haunt? Haunt you majorly or in a small way? So, stalkers, prioritize this list of people in your life. I'm checking to see how this plays into what he's trying to say to you. Because after he talk about self-care, like what do you do with yourself? He's saying, like, do you have any stalkers, and do you have any thoughts or experiences that haunt you? I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you can show him this video and ask him to clarify what that means in his own words. Up till now, I've been speaking for him and I've been speaking for you, and I hope I did a very good job interpreting what your answers are to each question. And I'm hearing yes, so that is fantastic. But this is where I'm gonna stop the video. I had fun doing this one. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you had as much fun as I did delving into some mature conversation. I feel like I'm on a date. This feel like a speed date. A speed dating kind of event where where you got time to sit down with that potential person and you just ask questions that are most important to you, and those were the responses. That was quite cool. I like you both, and I wish you both well. Okay. And for me personally, I'm a monogamous type of girl. Okay, I want a man who is a one woman type of man. I want him to invest all in me because I'm investing my all in him. I want to invest my all in him. I want to get with somebody in whom I can invest my all and feel safe to do so. But the reality of the situation is most men, they like having options. They feel safer with options. And the truth of society is that there are some women out there who are 100% okay with that. The only thing I would say is be safe. And I'm not just talking about uh, doing things to block STDs from coming into your atmosphere. I'm talking about also sometimes you can have sex with somebody one single time and they just get all crazy and berserk and want you all to themselves. So there are more dangers out there than just uh, having sex with somebody, because you may be able to have one night stands, but some people, they they don't really have full control over their emotions, over their desires, and when it comes to their principles on life, on what is okay. Some people believe that they should get whatever they want whenever they want by any means. And you just might run into a woman who would want you all to herself, and she's willing to do very bad things to make that happen. So it's a gamble. And I'm saying that so that the woman in question, your potential wife, she knows I'm opening up the doors for her to be aware of this being an issue so that she can decide if she really want to enter those realms or not. Okay. So you cannot control all of the variables all the time. You have to do proper risk assessments because this is your life, this is your livelihood, this is your future, this is your peace of mind, this is your personal space, this is your little slice of heaven. You and the life you create is your own little slice of heaven here on earth. Make sure that you construct it in a most conscientious way, where you have done some risk assessments or as many risk assessments as you possibly can, and you are going into these circumstances knowing the potential dangers. Okay, it's just like if you wanted to become a policeman, you know that you risk your life every day to keep order, to keep the peace. You understand what I'm saying? So people who become policemen and soldiers and things like that, they know that there's danger. Okay? So take life seriously, you know. This is your future. You're creating the future that you're going to live in these moments. With these decisions, you're creating your future. So it's up to you guys how you choose to proceed. It's up to us all how we choose to proceed. So I need to take that lesson too. It's something to take very seriously. You know, even inviting friends into your life, you have to be very selective about who you invite into your personal circle. Okay? We love lessons, we love life lessons, but sometimes it gets too much. And if you love your peace of mind more, then you need to do your research and you need to take things slowly. Get to know people. Stay prayed up so that God help you to clear your atmosphere of all fake people. Okay? But you too seem to have something good going on here. I see the potential for a happy marriage. Not according to society's standards. And I feel like we shouldn't be constructing our life based on society's standards, because those of us who have examined society, we see that there's a lot of fails, okay, psychological fails. So just the way that they teach us to live is, living is not a one size fits all kind of event, you know what I'm saying? So it is in your best interest to get with people who share your values, you know. You have to seek to find them, because that's where you'll find the most harmony. Okay? Don't let society tell you who to be. Be real with yourself. Do what makes sense to you according to your circumstances, because you're the one who have to live with the decisions once they've been made. Okay? So I'm happy for you guys. And I wish you well. So have some more very deep, interesting conversations. I hope that this sparks some other deep ones. And this is what we need to do, you know what I'm saying? And people need to answer honestly. Because when you answer honestly, then you can find your soul tribe. You can find people who are compatible with you. But if you lie, it throws the whole effort off. Don't lie. It's either somebody can handle your truth or they cannot. And if they cannot handle your truth and who you are and what you stand for, then they're not for you. That's how you weed out those who are unsuitable and find that which resonates with you. Be honest. They don't have to like your truth. You have to like your truth more than you like the person. Make sure that you love your truth more than you love the person. Because however you are, there's a perfect person out there for you. It doesn't mean that you're going to be together forever, but at least for the foreseeable future, you're going to build a beautiful friendship because you understand each other. You know, you get along with each other, and nobody else has to understand it. It's nobody else's business. Okay? And then you can write a book about your tales and your experiences so that the rest of us can get a glimpse into, oh, that's what that kind of relationship is like. Because everybody's thing is different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story to tell. Oh, yeah, we weren't made to be the same, but there's your equal yoke is out there. Everybody's equal is out there. It's for us to weed out the unequals so that we can get to our equal. So we can live some good life for as long as we're meant to be together. And when it's done, it's done. And who knows? You just might get back together in a few years. You know what I'm saying? So just go with the flow of life. Be true to yourself and go with the flow of life. And that's all I got for you right now. So thank you guys so very much. Until the next time. Bye bye. I know I'm extra.